Rome never sent messages, because Rome does not send messages, it only rules. But this time, a message was sent, and it contained only this: Zenobia will either fall, or Rome will witness its own collapse for the first time. And then, the impossible happened. Palmyra was silent, but this silence was not peace. It was anticipation. Beyond the desert, the Roman army had arrived, and when Rome stood at your gates, history recorded only one outcome: destruction or submission. The palace doors opened slowly. The Roman messenger stepped inside with calm, measured footsteps. Then he spoke. Rome does not recognize you, but it can crush you. Breaths froze inside the palace. Everyone turned to Zenobia, because this answer could save an entire city. Or, Zenobia slowly rose to her feet. She walked toward the messenger. Then she asked, "Rome, why does it threaten me?" The messenger answered, "Because you resist." Zenobia lowered her head slightly, and then a sound came from outside. Beyond the desert, the Roman forces were retreating. But no one had given that order. Everyone in the palace realized it. For the first time, the messenger's face tightened with fear, because Roman soldiers never retreated. And at that exact moment, something changed inside the palace. It was as if the air had suddenly grown heavier. Everything turned ice cold. Not a single sound was heard. Zenobia stepped a little closer to the messenger. Then she whispered quietly, "Rome has never understood the desert." She paused, then added, "Because the desert never kneels." At that moment, the messenger hesitated for the first time, and in that instant, he understood. This was not a rebellion. This was a belief. The Roman army advanced. But this time, things were different. Even the generals had fallen silent, because the name Zenobia was no longer just a city. For the first time, Rome was not facing an army. It was facing an idea. And that idea had become a massive problem, and Rome never liked problems, but it always solved them. Zenobia mounted her horse. Her golden armor shattered the sunlight itself. The soldiers watched her in disbelief, and then something strange happened. A Roman archer drew his bow, but realized he could not see his target. No one was shouting, no orders were being given, because everyone felt the same thing. This war would never be ordinary. A Roman soldier fell to the ground, and no one came to help him. Dust rose into the air, screams, shouts, but Palmyra had not fallen. Zenobia was at the very front. She was not hiding, she was not running, she was in the very center of the battle. And this was something new for Rome. Days passed, cities were falling, but Palmyra still stood tall. For the first time, a Roman legion waited for a retreat order, but no command came. Roman generals wrote their reports. "This is not a queen." They paused. "This is the nightmare of an empire." For the first time, Rome felt it. This war was no longer about winning. It was about survival. In the middle of the battle, Zenobia shouted, "You may defeat me." She paused for a moment, "But you can never destroy what I represent." At that moment, the war had changed. It was no longer a war for land. It was a war of fear. After the great struggle, Palmyra finally fell. Zenobia had been defeated. Rome defeated Zenobia, but by then, it was no longer facing a queen, it was facing a legend. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you won't miss the next chapters of these stories.